old last name and went through school up until, I don't know, like my tween years. I needed my social security card for something, and then see a whole different last name. And I'm
Wow.
like, who who the hell is that? What is this? And then the answer was like, oh, that's your father. And then when I started to probe about it, you giving me anger as if I did something to you about it. So now you turning on me, and all I want is understanding. And here is why I'm probably still looking for that, because I feel like you turned on me.
You know, it's ironic because sometimes we talk about like, generation before us, they like to hold on to secrets and put things under a rug. And, in hindsight, that hurts us when we find out the truth. That moment that when you found out that your last name wasn't your name that she had provided to you, just walk me through that feeling.
You know, I that's a hard one because I can't, and that's probably why there's that little bit that's still holding on, because I can't get in that feeling space. All I remember about the space is asking, "Who is this person?" But I can't tell you how I was feeling in that moment. I don't know how it feels.
You forgiven her for that?
No,
Yeah.
because she won't admit it.
What is the definition of a mother who I feel abandoned? What is
A mother who A could just walk away from her child and never look back. A mother who could know that there's an issue and not fix it. That's what I think. That's
and
what I
when
think.
you describe an abandoned mom, do you connect that to your mother?
No,
No,
I actually don't.
and it's so funny because I always say, and just because the related issue that I have with my mom, that I've learned that I used to think it was abandonment, but when I sit here and I think about it, my mother never pushed me out. She didn't know how to utilize her mindset to give me the correct love that I needed. She gave me the best love. She did. She really did. When I sit here and think about it, if her love to somebody else's level was garbage, but to her level it was
Yeah,
the moon and the stars,
yeah.
he gave me the best love. So when I ask myself the question, did my mother abandon me? Prior to me understanding how people could do with the information that they know and they provided to me, I didn't get that part. So I did look at my mother as abandonment. I'm just curious to know now that you are a mom and you have your own children and you understand that you right now Danielle does what she can for her children, the best of she knows of what she knows. Have you ever thought about that with your mother or thought like that?
I do feel like that. I do genuinely feel like that. But I think when it comes to my mother, when when you don't take a certain amount of responsibility for like, you have to take a certain amount of responsibility for your actions, for me.
But if her
And
actions that what she provided is what she knew, when does it come to a place where right now Danielle
yeah,
is
no, but see, my anger towards her, my issue that's still there is the fact that you turned on me when I asked you what happened. Not only did you turn on me, you made me, like, I felt like in asking you who my father is, or who, not even who my father is, who is this person? What is this name on my birth certificate and my social security card? And when I say take responsibility, you got to say that this is what it is, and she did. She eventually did tell me. But I feel like just acknowledging that
yeah,
when I asked you who he
yeah,
was, the anger you, but I also understand in her space, she was probably just angry and trying to avoid and whatever else. But that don't take away from you attacking me.
the definition of a good mother. Tell me, what does that look like?
I mean, I feel like a good mom is somebody who's always there for her kids. She's always gonna go above and beyond, and she's 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 going to be a good director and take responsibility. I think in order for you to be a good director, a good leader, you have to take responsibility
Okay, I have a question for you
and
then.
accountability.
You're right. You're right. Because I'm just going to say, to me, a definition of a good mom is that it's somebody who messes up, someone who succeeds, someone who fails, someone tries to improve on my life, someone who loves me, right? So I'm going to go up and down with emotions with a good mom because me as a mom, right? I know that there was times I've done things that I regret. And there's times where I probably haven't owned all of my wrongs, right? So for me, a good mom, is an up and down thing. But now I'm going to go back to the responses that you just said because you said a good mom. You pretty much was trying to do or say everything that was different from your mother, right? But can you give me moments where there was some times where she was there for? Because I think, I mean, it's
Of
obvious
course.
because I remember one story that you shared with me that I said, "Wow, that's amazing." You said that you took summer camps, you went away. She,
Yeah.
or there were times where there was like family dinners and you guys interacted with each other and you did a lot of different things.
I'm sorry.
Now,
Like,
now, are your memories connected to the moments of feeling abandoned or feeling like there was lack of accountability or feeling like there wasn't? So now,
there's triggers. There's just there's particular there's triggers that happen, and that's when my guard goes up because this seems like a familiar territory and we don't want to get hurt, so let's put this guard up and let's keep it moving. And you know I have not been able to yet master when those triggers happen to easily resolve from them, to let them pass by. I've gotten better in the sense that I'm not as angry.
knowledge to me that you being this mom to five amazing children and you've recognized that it has been times where you haven't been consistent or there has been times where you can think back, especially with your oldest to your youngest, like, wow, I've changed as a mom, I've done things differently.
I mean, you're always going to have the inconsistency.
Also told me that her level of inconsistency is obviously stronger than yours, but you also brought me to some childhood memories of where there were summer camps, there were interactions, there was love, there was, some form of, because what we just said as a good mom, we literally said happy, sad, mad, good times, bad times, great times, you know, abandonment, inconsistency, right? We just said that that's what. So tell me,
But
I'm
I still, but that's my thing. I feel like my mother is a good mother. I think she is a good mother, and I think that she's grateful, for giving me what she gave me. However, I'm still 36 years old, and to this day, you can't even acknowledge my feelings. That's what.
so when is it okay to accept people for who they are and they never give you an explanation of what you're searching for? When can there be this time where you're going to accept her for who she is?
I can tell you that because I haven't reached there yet. I haven't, and it's silly because I know the answer is you could do it right this second, accept it, and move on. But I don't know why it's still this something just like that little piece that's still there, like of anger
So I experience love from my mom when
when I have her attention and
mm,
she has a conversation with me. That's it.
I will forgive my mom when she.
I don't know about that one because to say I forgive my mom when she has means that I have expectations that she's gonna do something and I know she's not gonna do it. So I can't answer that because I know she's not like whatever I expect her, she's not gonna do what I expect. So I don't know how to answer that one.
So for someone who's trying to be inspired and they're living in this place of feeling a sense of inconsistency and abandonment, how have you how have you lived your life ever since? Like, because if you're saying that you're still going through it, what do you do? What do you tell that person?
keep your head
No, but this is good.
up.
When
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you because I feel like I don't have a magical word to tell you. I can't. I'm literally still going through it, and
and
every day. I have good days. I have bad days. I get triggered. I try to recorrect myself and get back on track. I listen to Eckhart Tolle. I try to stay in the center of now. I try to forgive people.
is to free yourself of her not providing what she has given you. I know that she physically has not said it to you, but are you willing to free yourself? Because in order for you to move forward in your life, it's obvious to me that that pain and that hurt has not been addressed. I feel hurt, but I'm ready to move my life in the direction of
Focusing on myself. That's it. I want to just focus on myself, and I feel like in focusing on myself, everything else will fall in line. Period.
in her mind, she gave you a response. She don't think that there's a problem. She's not going to think in her mind that you have a problem with her. She thinks she addressed it already. And here you just told me years later, you have your children and you've been inconsistent. You've done a couple of things that you could have done differently.
It's kind of crazy when you know that somebody is like if somebody was unconscious in a bed right now, would you be mad that they're not talking to you? Because that person cannot open their eyes. They cannot do it.
You just said it. So just listening to you, I don't think she's
Why does she not have the ability to do it?
Again, why don't you have the ability to be consistent sometime as a mom? Just because it's a different level, well, why don't you have the ability to be consistently present?
Because no human being has the ability to be consistently present.
Wait,
In my opinion.
let me also go back to. I don't want you to think that I don't understand the fact that you just anybody who hears your story as far as being told that I was somebody that I wasn't is devastating. It is devastating. It clearly is. But I think I'm trying to get to a place where it doesn't sound like to me she clearly knows how devastating that piece of your life was. I know deep down you're not okay with who you are right now with her, just based off of the things that you're telling me.
Yeah.
That's a sign. You want to pick up?
No, I'll call her back.
Sign. The reason why I want to do this because I know that there's somebody in this moment right now. They still have not forgiven their mother or father for something that they have done to them, and I want to show people that you can continue to still move on, but being hurt is where you're at right now, and I know that. But I think I want some type of feelings that can be connected to that. Yes, she did something to me that was devastating to me, but I have also some room in my heart to see that she did what she thought was the right thing to do and the best thing to do and the only thing to do. I just want people to know that this is real. Like, you know what's happening to yourself and somebody's doing something to yourself, just stop. But it's not easy.
And the question is why do you like hurting yourself?
Because
Do you like tormenting yourself? Do you enjoy this pain that you're sitting through? Because you must enjoy it because it's pointless, right? Because she just called you. She calls me every other day. She calls me multiple times a day. She's right here, right now, but you still harping up on something that happened.
I feel like I'm gonna cry just based on that.
Back there. And I understand what you're saying because I'm listening to you, and here I am complaining about, even though it was a big deal, is it that really a big of a deal? And then then I'm asking myself, even it's down to the point of right now my father is still here, so technically you could go build whatever it is. So whatever you're saying that, oh, because you didn't give me a chance to build my father, blah 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 blah, but you're not even really taking the chance to do it yourself. So what really is the issue? Or you just want to be mad?
You out here inspiring people. Look at you.
You know what I mean? And that's and so I hear you. 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 It has to sit a little bit more, and I'll be able to move past it. But I get it, because when you talk it out loud, it don't really make any sense. Because she literally just messaged me. She's calling me, and I'm telling you, I know she's calling me because we both brought the nails and we were gonna do our nails together. We've been doing it on Zoom. We cooked together the other night. She cooked me, went through shake and bake chicken from scratch. Yeah, you just want victim, victim, victim. Victim is written all over you. Victim. You know
Aren't
what I
you
mean?
isn't that exhausting?
And I am working on trying not to make Danielle a victim, which is a very easy thing to do. Which, I don't know if people realize it, but it is very easy to play victim.
Does your
When
mother love you?
Yeah, my mother loves me absolutely. As a matter of fact, if you ask any of my siblings, I am her favorite.
It look at that. I can't believe you just said something
I
like
guarantee that you ask any of them, and I will be her favorite.
I just
Or not even just her favorite. If anybody that she speaks very highly of, it's going to be me.
do you ever think she just blocks all of that stuff out? And she
I
hasn't dealt with it herself?
I I do think so. I do think that she blocks out, and it frustrates me that she blocks out, but it is what it is.
You ever block out things in your life?
Yeah, of course.
I think I'm gonna keep bringing it back to the analogy. So your level and her level is acceptable for you, but it's not acceptable for her because she's a human being too. I'm just curious to know when I say that to you, how does it make you feel when I say that?
No, you got a point. It makes me feel like you got a point.
I think that the world has made us have this label when it has to do with our parents, and that they're supposed to, and it's so funny because we're parents ourselves, that we're supposed to just be the perfect person for you and just do everything right. Yeah, I understand that they did some devastating things.
But I don't have to be like that either. So I'm also sitting here saying to myself that, but when it comes to my mother, I feel like I it's not I want to come to the finish line. When you watch it, mom, watch it till the finish line. And all I'm saying is this is my truth though. But I'm asking you to hear it to my finish line, to my realization, till I make that phone call to say, mom, I love you. I'm asking is to watch to the finish line. If you don't watch to the finish line, then that's your choice. But I want to, with you, get to that finish line because I need it to be finished. That's why I'm doing it. Willing to do the work to get to the point that I'm not in this space because I really want to get past this and I want to move on with my life because I do feel like this is a hindrance in me and it hinders in my relationship with her today. Honestly, until you pointed it out to me, until she called me, the reality is my mother is right there. If I call her, she is there. For all of my kids, she has been at the birth besides the last one she couldn't be at. Sitting here saying to you, I'm definitely looking at it from a different perspective. I will call her and I will say, Ma, I love you. And I don't tell my mother I love
I'm so happy that I had to
you. I
be
do.
a part of that.
Like I will call her and I will tell because the one thing I did realize in this is I have right now, regardless of
For who she is.
regardless to anything, I have right now. And if you wanted a relationship or you feel like you're in need of something, you have right now. So why don't you do it? Unless that's not really the issue. And make this promise to myself and make it to you that when I have decided, because it's going to happen, that is to say how determined I am. So we are getting through it. That is done. This whole entire thing is done. I will call my mother and tell you how I genuinely feel. I'm going to, in a wholeheartedness, I'm going to call her, and I want to say it for myself to let it go, to really let it go.
I know. I know.